Hello everybody, welcome back to Rich and Sarah, Idaho. My name is Sarah, and here on this channel you will find everything about homemaking, cooking, different recipe vlogs, all that good stuff, and homeschooling your kids. So I invite you to sit back because today we're going on a little bit of a fall adventure, and I'm going to share with you a really cozy, easy, quick fall meal, like weeknight meal. It is a copycat chicken gnocchi soup from Olive Garden. So it's like an Olive Garden copy soup. I love those copycat soups because I love the idea of saving money, but also having something good, nutritious, and delicious for my family. So here is today's vlog.
Open up the window, I'm breathing in the last of September. I can feel the wind blow, and the late summer sky is like a giant ember.
Hello everybody, we are off to a family farm today called Lowe's Family Farm here in Kuna, Idaho. We are so excited. It'll be our first time going to one of these like farms. They're gonna have pumpkins, they should have hay rides, probably some animals, all sorts of fun stuff like that. I think there's a zip line and apple blasters. So loading the boys up and here we go. We'll see you at the farm.
Everything is turning into gold when the autumn leaves are playing chase. It puts a smile up on my face. They leave their branches one by one and whirl around there just for fun. Some are faster, some are slow, and some are high and some are low, dancing through the last days of September. Since I was a little child, every year for as long as I remember, all the leaves were running wild, going all the way until November. Turn the world around us into gold. A smile up on my face. They leave their branches one by one and whirl around there just for fun. Some are faster, some are slow, and some are high and some are low, dancing through the last days of September. I wonder where they're going.
Welcome back now everybody. We are back home now. I am ready to start our copycat Olive Garden chicken gnocchi soup. It is perfect because it is raining outside and it is crisp and it's very fall-ish. I don't even think it's 50 degrees. We're gonna start our soup. I'm gonna share it with you. I am excited to try this one because I love the Olive Garden gnocchi chicken soup at Olive Garden, but I love to make a good copycat and see if I can save a little bit of money and just kind of experiment with cooking. So get your aprons on and let's get into the kitchen. All right, everyone, here is everything that you will need to make your Olive Garden copycat chicken gnocchi soup. So I did the easy way. I have these little baby carrots out because my boys like these. So we have some baby carrots, which I'll cut up. I have some celery hearts. I did skillet gnocchi, kind of soft gnocchi. You could just do the kind that is not in the refrigerated section. This came from the refrigerated section at the grocery store, but you could also use a dry gnocchi. The recipe actually calls for 1 white onion, but I have a sweet yellow onion, so we're gonna use that. The recipe calls for a cream. You could use heavy cream, you could use like a whipping cream, milk. My family really likes the taste of coconut milk, so we are just using that. It's very creamy. Again, chicken broth is what the recipe calls for. I am using a low sodium chicken broth. You could also do a bone broth, which would be really nice. We've got some spinach, and and then bacon. You will not want to leave out bacon, but I am doing easy because we need to eat this quickly because it's raining and we want coziness. See outside all the rain. So we're just gonna do some bacon crumbles. So let's get this recipe going. All right, so I am going to go ahead and just chop up our onion. Ooh, that was a hard one. Okay, just do like a rough chop on here. I'm gonna peel it off. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and just peel my onion. And yes, I have soccer mom nails on. This is my son's team colors. Go Idaho Storm. Isn't that cute? A little soccer ball right there. Okay, so I'm gonna take this off, rough chop this up very quickly, and then I'll meet you right back here in the kitchen. I have just finished cutting our onion. Excuse me, I'm eating a little bit of carrot. And now I've taken the liberty to start cutting up the carrot, and I'm just gonna go hit up the celery next, and I'm just kind of cutting it I'll show you, not super small, because you still want some chunks of the veggies in the soup when you make it, but not really thick either. So here's what we've got going on with our onions and our carrots. Y'all, this onion was so huge. I only chopped up half of it because I know it said a whole onion, but that was a lot of onion right there. Okay, so now we've got our carrot and we're gonna get started on the celery. Okay, so I am just gonna make the onion, just in little half moons, like so. Whoop, little guy snuck in there. And let me tell y'all right now that when I smell my kitchen with the onions and the carrot and the celery, and I'm gonna have that garlic out in a minute, I am feeling all of the autumn vibes, and especially the Thanksgiving kind of feelings. Like I feel like I just unlocked a core memory in my mind from being a child of Thanksgivings and having my mom prepare Thanksgiving meals, and something about these smells right here that just do that to you. So anyway, I'm gonna just this is 2 ribs of celery right here, but I actually think we're probably gonna end up doing about 4 ribs of celery and just continue in these little half moon shapes, okay? And then I'll show y'all what we're gonna do we're gonna kind of brown them and skillet them up. So I'll meet you back here in just a sec. All right, I told you guys I was only using about 4 celery stalks. I think I ended up using about 5. So there's 5 celery stalks, there's the carrots, and there is the onion. Again, I'm following the recipe a little bit loosely with how much of everything volume-wise I'm putting in, but when you check the description box below, I will have all of the correct measurements, volume, all that kind of stuff, and the whole recipe will be in the description box below as always. All right, time to get some butter and head on over to the stove. All right, so this is about a 5 to 6 quart Dutch oven, kind of like a soup stock pot. So we're gonna let that heat up a little bit, and then I'm gonna throw some butter in here, and we're gonna start sauteing everything. Right now I'm using the whipped butter. I've never tried it before, but it's what I have in the fridge. I don't even know if Rich bought this, churned sea salted whipped butter. So we're gonna put just a little bit of that at the bottom of my Dutch oven to go ahead and kind of make all the gnocchi. You could probably also use some olive oil, maybe a little bit of both, but the recipe calls for butter, so we're gonna use butter. Well, excuse me, I just reread the recipe, and apparently you're supposed to have butter and olive oil in the pan, and that just goes to show you that you have to read the recipe and follow it very carefully the first time that you make something, and then you can kind of make it your own. You can kind of, dabble in it, make it your own. That's what I always do. But first time, I'm gonna try it exactly as designed with the recipe. Butter and olive oil. All right, I can feel the heat. My pan and my pot is good. throw in some olive oil, just kind of dabble that in there. That's probably a little more than we need. And then I'm gonna throw some butter in there. Let me get it. Again, I'm probably gonna use, it's the whipped butter, so I'll probably end up maybe with a little bit more than I need as well. Let that get going, and I'm gonna throw my garlic and onions in here as well. All right, so we are just gonna add in here all of our onions, all of our carrots, and then I'm gonna add the garlic actually in a little bit after I've had time to kind of saute this up, because garlic burns a little bit faster. Look at my son making. All right, and I'm gonna kind of do this around, and I'll add my garlic in maybe like 2 to 3 minutes. Oh my goodness. Whew, smells good. It smells heavenly. It's gonna smell even better when we get that garlic in there. Just kind of let it brown a little bit. Don't mess around with it too much. Don't fuss over it. But let it kind of mix up and get it translucent and goldenness. All right, here we go. Starting to look translucent, and this is, I'm gonna add some garlic to it. I mean, it's kind of cheating because I didn't chop it up myself, but this is minced garlic, and I'll be honest, it's just a time saver, and it's so much easier. So this, again, I mean, clove-wise, I don't know. I always tell people with garlic, let the garlic tell you how much, because I don't believe you can ever use too much garlic. I think the world needs a little more garlic in it. We would have not half the problems we had if people stayed home and cooked a little more garlic, personally. Anyway, so let your heart's desire, your heart will lead you. Oh, it smells so good. Can you all smell that? I wish you could smell that. Oh, so yummy. So yummy, comfortful food right here with this copycat chicken gnocchi from Olive Garden. Oh my goodness. All right, we're gonna keep letting that go before we add our next few ingredients. All right, we are back. We are adding in 1/4 cup of all-purpose flour, and then it says 1 can of evaporated milk. But this is where, again, I'm just gonna add my coconut milk in here, but you can do how you like. So I'm gonna work quickly because this is like a roux now. So we've gotta keep it moving, keep it going, and let me add my milk. All right, to my pan, I am adding some of that coconut milk, just a little bit. I could have shipped out a little bit more, but there we go. Okay, and this just honestly makes it so creamy. Any kind of soup I have a zuppa toscana recipe, all sorts of soups that I use, and it just really makes a difference. I feel like this coconut milk. I use this brand. I mean, you can use any. I use the Thai brand, Thai Kitchen, and it's literally just water and coconut and unsweetened. Make sure you get the unsweetened. All right, so what I didn't tell you is you are going to want to just keep stirring this. It's the flour and the milk until it's thickened. And once it's thickened, you're going to add in, so I used about half of this. This is a 25 ounce. So you're gonna wanna, if you were using evaporated milk or another kind of milk, you would put your first can in with the first can of milk with the flour, and then you would let it thicken up. And once it's thickened, you would add the rest of your milk along with some chicken broth, okay? And you could use bone broth, anything like that, but good old fashioned chicken broth. If you make your own bone broth, that would be great as well. So it's looking thicker to me. I mean, you can tell when you see the spoon. So I'm gonna go ahead and start adding the rest of my coconut milk, and I'm going to go ahead and grab that chicken broth. I probably won't use the entire thing of chicken broth. There, that's the rest of my coconut milk right there. Let's grab our chicken broth and add it in as well. All right, so now you're gonna add your chicken. Unless you're like me, you could make your own chicken, roast it, bake it however you want, or you can just go buy a rotisserie chicken. I took the easy way out and I got a rosemary garlic rotisserie chicken. So I'm gonna open up the bag and I'm gonna just pick out the pieces of chicken that I would like to put into the soup, cut them up, chop them up finely, and then get those into the soup and get them nice and marinating in there. Oh my goodness. Oh, chicken always smells so good. And can I just show you really quickly who is waiting right there hoping to get some chicken? But it has garlic in it, baby girl, so you can't have any. I gotta wash my hands down because I touched you. Okay, so I've got my chicken breast chunks I'm still taking off of the rotisserie. I'm just gonna start cutting them into bite-sized pieces. Okay, I am adding in my chunks of chicken. All right, this soup is starting to come to a boil. Here's my bacon. I'm maybe gonna add about, it's not quite a cup, it's like a half a cup in here. Just give that a good stir, and then I'm just gonna let it simmer for a little bit. I'm probably gonna add some salt and pepper to taste. So for spices, you can do thyme. I'm gonna hit mine up with a little bit of onion powder. Why is that not coming out? Hold on. A little bit of onion powder. Throw in a little bit of ground black pepper. I like a lot of pepper in our soup for flavor. I don't really know how much salt this needs. Again, I did use the low sodium chicken broth, so it's gonna kind of be to your own taste and liking. So I would maybe give it a little try, see what you think. And basically you're just gonna let this simmer for about 15 minutes. So I'm gonna put the top on and just let it simmer. All right, I just tried the soup and I feel like it needs a little more salt. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give it a little bit of the Lari seasoned salt and get that in. All right, I'm gonna turn this down to low heat and let that simmer for about 15 minutes. All right, guys, the soup has been simmering now for maybe 15 minutes, 20 minutes. I feel like I needed more seasoning, but the soup still just didn't have that that like Italian flavoring I was craving. I know I said don't stray from the recipe first try, but I did. I added a little bit of this Italian seasoning. This is just Good Seasons. I got it at Walmart. It's like an Italian dressing season pack. You can use any one. I maybe added less than a tablespoonful, a little more than a teaspoon, less than a tablespoon. Made all the difference. Is so good. So good. Perfectly seasoned now. So grab yourself one of these little Italian dressing packs. Add it to the soup. All right, we are boiling over here. So we are ready to add to the soup our gnocchi. I'm probably gonna add 2 bags worth because my family loves the gnocchi. So there's 1 bag. Let that mix up. Look at this, you guys, look at this. I'm gonna add my 2nd bag and I'm gonna let it sit for a few minutes till the gnocchi is soft and tender. But not mushy, just kind of soft, just a little al dente. Last, I'm going to chop up just a rough chop of the spinach because we have about 5 minutes till the soup is done. Rough chop the spinach and throw that in there as well. I still have bits of chicken on here. Okay, and just sprinkle that in. Make sure that's mixed in there really well. Ooh, that gnocchi looks so good. Okay, and just let that go another 5 minutes just to kind of wilt it. All right, taste testing time. This house smells so good. I can smell the bacon, I can smell the chicken, I can smell the gnocchi, I can smell, oh my goodness, the creamy goodness of it all, with all the spices. It is just raining away here and blustery. It's gonna be so good. All right, you guys ready? Let's ladle it out. Moment of truth. Oh, I fogged you all up there. Hold on, did I fog it up? Whew, it did. All right, let me grab my ladle, my soup ladle. Look at this. Look at, oh my goodness. All right, let me get this bowl here. I don't know if I can one-handed do this. I might have to do this and then I will get back to you. You are a work of art. I hope you taste just the same. I actually am probably gonna sprinkle a little bit of cheese. If you have a little Parmigiano Reggiano, anything like that, you could just sprinkle that on the top and it would melt up very, very nicely. All right, here we go. Just a little bit on the top. Beautiful. All right, got my bowl of soup right here. I'd be lying if I didn't tell you I already tried it. It's really good. It's a little warm still, so I have to be careful. But so flavorful. So flavorful. I would even tell you it's pretty hot. Very good. Excellent. I can't wait for Rich to try it. I will say, I might add a little teeny bit of like lemon to it, or like a Mrs. Dash lemon. I think lemon would taste really great with it. But it is just so yummy, so hearty. Make it for your family. Perfect.
Looking for my mother's eyes as I'm staying close to the mirror. I locked